fine, I'll do the intro myself then. Hi everyone, welcome to this video. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. I hope this video finds you well, and if you're not doing well, then I hope at least my video can bring you a little bit of comfort, a little bit of relaxation, just a little bit of detachment from your problems. I'm using a little because obviously I can't guarantee much, but I do hope we're just gonna have a cute little cozy chill day together, and I'm very thankful that you're joining us today. So today's video is all about my out-of-work horses. So I currently own 2 horses that are not in work. One of them is the mare behind me, and the reason she is out of work is because she's pregnant currently. Her baby is due in spring, so I can't ride her. I can't do anything other than lunging a little bit and just some, out of saddle exercises. The other horse is a gelding who is semi-retired due to age. He is the first horse I've ever gotten. The first horse that I purchased that was completely my own, and since that was a long time ago, he's now pretty old. However, since he is semi-retired and not fully retired, it means that I still can ride him, but from time to time and just on walks, like hacks. So yeah, so right now we're at the Fawn Lake Equestrian Center, which is actually the place where I keep some of my horses, and the other place where I keep the rest of the horses is the Downside Equestrian Facility. All of the horses are eating right now, and there's only one other person in the barn with me. I don't know if you heard the footsteps, but yeah, it's only one other person in the whole barn. And on the entire property, I think there's like 4 people right now, which is absolutely crazy because everyone is at work, obviously, where I should also be, but we're not talking about that. So I created this to-do list to show you guys what is kind of the plan for today. Obviously, I can kind of tweak it in case there needs to be adjustments, but this is mostly what we're gonna do today. So feeding is already ticked, but I'm still gonna explain to you guys my horse's diet and what they eat and everything, because I want to make this video on the more theoretical side, if that makes sense, and like explain everything in as much depth as I can in case there's people that need tips and tricks with caring for their out-of-work horses. Every horse, no matter its age, no matter its level, what it does in riding, or if it's completely out of work, its base food needs to be some kind of chaff and then pellets. So for chaff, all of my horses, not just the out-of-work horses, get the fiber-rich orchard chaff by Nectar Feed. Rose gets 1 scoop of Pasture Pleasure by All-Star Nutrition, which is specifically made for horses that are out of work, and since they're out a lot and they eat a lot, they need something that does not make them gain too much weight, that does not contain too much fiber, too much protein, or anything of the sort. And then she also gets 1 scoop of Gourmet Growth, which is specifically for pregnant mares to help them birth and raise a healthy foal. But of course, it's very important to give a horse treats from time to time. Give them like 1 a day, like 1 small treat. But it's important to make sure that for out-of-work horses, the treat does not contain sugar or too much sugar. So I try to avoid treats like apples, bananas, because usually those have a lot of sugar and can get the horse pretty excited, very hyperactive, and it's generally not good, especially for a pregnant mare with a foal growing in her belly. So usually Rose just gets carrots, or she also has a block of salt, also from All-Star Nutrition. And now on to Cash, my other out-of-work horse. As I said, they all get the same chaff, so it's the fiber-rich orchard chaff, and he also gets 1 scoop of the Pasture Pleasure, since just as Rose, he is most of the day out, free in the nature. But unlike Rose, he actually does get ridden, but very rarely. And obviously he's not pregnant, but he is on the older side. He's not very old, he's 18, but he's considered kind of a senior or older horse, just a horse you obviously don't compete with anymore. So he gets a scoop of the senior support. And yeah, that's his food. He also gets treats, as I said, carrots. He also has a block of salt, but he is allowed to eat treats that contain sugar, so I just prefer to give him cookies since they're easier to chew. So now it's time to get the horses moving a little bit, and I'm starting with Rose because she's the one that takes less time. So what I do is just take her out for a quick little walk, just a bit of trotting, mostly walking, and just get her to move a bit, because when she's out in the pasture, she mostly just stands still, lays down and eats grass. She doesn't really do much because it's kind of uncomfortable for her with the belly. And this is also the only time of the day where she gets to socialize with other horses, because she's pastured by herself because she's pregnant, and you don't really know how pregnant mares act. They can be sassy. So now it's time for Cash to have his exercise, and for him, I thought let's do something more fun, but not riding, because he doesn't really seem to be in the mood today. He's kind of chilled, so let's do something more different. And I thought about doing free jumping, because that's actually one of his favorite activities, or at least it used to be, because when we would compete a lot, we do free jumping like almost every week, and it was his favorite thing in the whole world. And if you do free jumping, it also means that it's not really forced, because he gets to choose if he wants to jump the jump or not. So yeah, we're all happy, and no one gets hurt. So yeah, I'm very excited to bring it back. I don't think I've free jumped him in over 2 years, so I thought let's do it today. We started slow and small with a bush on the ground first, and I wasn't completely sure if he actually wanted to do this, but turns out he did. He had so much fun. He didn't jump too much, but he still did, which I really appreciate. He was an amazing boy, and after every jump, he'd just come back to me and cuddle and ask for kisses and treats and be like, "Mom, look what I did." And he's just the best boy. I love him so much. If you remember from the to-do list, the next thing I have to do is clip my horses. And if you didn't know, there's multiple patterns of how you can clip horses, and they're all influenced by how much the horse works, like if they're in light work, medium work. Yeah, it's based on that. So I found this image on Google, and I'm gonna put it on screen. So these are the most well-known clipping patterns for horses, and usually I just do a full body, because almost all of my horses are competing and doing hard work and everything, and they need to have as less fur as possible. But on horses that are out of work, there's really no point in doing that, because they do need some of that fur to keep warm, because they're not doing such hard work. So usually what I do, I would do on Cash the Irish clipping pattern. And until now, he was my only horse that was out of work, and the only horse that had a different clipping pattern. But today, I'm also going to have to do it on Rose. And also, this is my first time clipping Rose. So before I actually went ahead and started, I just turned on the clippers and made sure that she was comfortable with the sound and with me clipping her. And of course, she's been clipped before, but not by me. So I just wanted to make sure that she's okay with me. And also, I just wanted to show you guys at the end just how much fur there was on the ground. It literally looked like it had snowed. After I clipped Cash as well, I turned both of the horses out. So Cash goes out in this big pasture with a few other horses. This is the biggest one on the property. And Rose goes out in the pasture, as I said, alone in one of the smaller ones. So after this, on my to-do list, we have a doctor checkup for Rose, but that's gonna be in the evening, and right now it's midday, so I have a couple of hours of freedom, I guess, or at least I can just go ride other horses or do anything else around the barn. But for now, we're all done up with the out of work horses, so I'll just go work on my other horses. And before that, I also mucked out their stalls because they were pretty dirty. But that's it. I'll see you in a couple of hours. we're now at the vet and they're doing the checkup, and there was also a student there and she was so sweet. She did most of the checkup, of course under supervision, but she was like an actual doctor. She was so good. Anyways, after the checkup, they asked me to lunch her for a bit to see her actually moving and how she performs, and they told me she's healthy and everything's going well, but I'm going to have to stop lunching her or doing anything more than walking her because it's gotten to the point where she'd be very uncomfortable and it could potentially harm the foal. So from now on, I'm only allowed to walk her just as I did this morning. I know I may sound tired. It's kind of late right now. We're back from the vet and I just fed the horses, gave them fresh water, refilled their hay nets, and I'm just waiting for them to eat, and then they're off to their pastures for the night. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you had fun watching this video. I mean, usually handling out-of-work horses can be pretty boring because most of the people consider horses to be just riding and jumping and all that. But, you know, a horse is not just an animal that you ride. A horse should be your partner, your friend, so treat them as such. And yeah, I hope you had fun joining me on my horses day. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it. And I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye and good night if it is night for you. And have a good rest of your day if it is day for you.